What's up, you cinema-loving weirdos, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare, and it's time for another Quickie. This one is a very interesting one. Ganja Hess is the name of the game, directed by Bill Gunn. It's 1960 or 73, I believe. 1973. It's a very, very strange and very unorthodox vampire tale. Pretty much played in a blaxploitation kind of cinematic world, but doesn't have that traditional blaxploitation kind of formula to it. It's a very experimental, very artsy, very, very out there and surreal. It's just a really, really interesting film that not a lot of people talk about because it really is under the radar and just strange as all hell. But Dwayne Jones is the main guy in the role. He plays kind of a, I guess, an immoral kind of guy that just kind of has a lot of money and eccentric and just kind of does his own thing, and he kind of runs into this other person. Ganja is her character's name, and the actress is, let me get her name right, Marlene Clark. And she's actually really, really wonderful in the role. I mean, both Dwayne Jones and her are amazing in the roles. But she's really brings an energy, life, and fire to the film. A lot of personality, very sassy, sexy. So it's a really, really cool kind of duo performance between the two of them. And they really make the movie what it is. Yeah, and it's just a really cool spin on vampire lore. It doesn't really hold on to too much of the traditional aspects of that kind of subgenre. Makes it its own, kind of mixes it with different different traditions. So it's really interesting. Something you're never going to see something like this ever in your life. This really original kind of premise, and it's a good mixture of horror and kind of blaxploitation archetypes. But yep, it's the Kino Lorber release is the one I got for it, and there they are, the two main characters, Ganja and Hess. And yeah, just a really interesting film. The transfer for it is not the best transfer, but it's an older film, kind of obscure, so they can only do so much, I guess, to clean it up, but it's mastered from an HD 35mm negative, so, I mean, it's good enough, but it's got a cool flavor and style to it and a texture that really makes it, it really gives it a rich, earthy kind of feel to it. It's really kind of cool. But, yeah, it's distracting having this right behind me. I keep turning around and looking. But, Ganja and Hess is just really, really interesting. I don't know really... Bill Gunn's the director. I don't really know any of his films, so I can't really compare it to anything he's ever done. This is kind of like a little special treat, comes out of nowhere. Never heard of the director, never saw the film, but sat down, watched it, and loved it. Thought it was very, very captivating and peculiar, I guess is a good way to say it. Very peculiar film, but a great spin on vampire tales and just an interesting kind of blaxploitation 70s film that was originally supposed to be a traditional blaxploitation film, but kind of went off to its own thing, and for the better for it, I think. But yeah, that's it. That's my Quickie. Great movie, great interesting flick that I wanted to just show you guys, give you a little flavor on how it is, and see what you think about it. But hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you like the Quickie there, and I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have some time on your hands, why don't you just leave a comment below, because I'd love to hear from you. But guys, until then, I will see you all the next time I step in front of a camera and decide to talk about movies. So that's it. Get out of my house. Get the hell out of my house. See you guys.